Good morning, Keller Williams. Today I want to talk with you about what an appraiser might say to a real estate agent or a broker. Work with us. That's what they say. I read an article. I'm going to go over it with you. The article says eventually most list prices will come down to two questions. Number one, what will someone pay for this home? And number two, at what valuation will the property appraise? Well, the second question can often be overlooked in a crowded mix of moving parts, but what I want you to know is it's incredibly important to know the answer. Appraisers are assigned by the lender. They don't work for the buyer, they don't work for you, they're assigned by the lender, they work for the bank. They're trying to determine a value that makes it safe for the bank to make the investment. It's my opinion that the lender that your buyer is working with should send the proper documentation to the appraiser so that he has the correct information moving forward, meaning the purchase agreement and the very last piece of documentation regarding any counters that might have passed through. If you're the listing agent, I would recommend when the appraiser calls you that you also follow up with that appraiser and make sure that the appraiser has the correct documentation, the purchase agreement, and the final page if there were any counters. If you're a buyer's agent, perhaps you should also follow up with the listing agent. Hey, Mr. Listing Agent, did the appraiser call you? Oh, by the way, can you give me their contact information? Hey, Mr. Appraiser, I just want to make sure you have the purchase agreement in hand and that you have the right price. Why are we doing all this? Because far too often appraisers do get the erroneous documentation and then the appraiser gives a price that's not meeting contract. And then what's happening? Everybody's in a bad mood about it. Everybody's scrapping, trying to figure out what we're going to do about this gap between the purchase price and the contract price. We all know that we can avoid this woe if the appraiser has the correct documentation up front. What does the appraiser say to a broker? Work with us. Number one, it means that you should send this guy or gal the information. The one thing that a real estate agent is prohibited from is any communication with an appraiser that would unduly influence his opinion. So sending comps is not undue influence. Sending the purchase agreement is not undue influence. I do believe that it is your job to act like a professional and to make sure that the appraiser has the correct documentation. Have a great day, Keller Williams agents. Thanks for listening.